In 3-6, we are solving equations by multiplying and dividing by decimals. So in number 1, we have 0.8 times the s. So we're going to divide both sides by that 0.8. When you do the actual longhand division, you can ignore the signs, but you need to be aware. I have a negative divided by a positive. My answer is going to be negative. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. I'm going to have to move my decimal one place. So I get 8 into 64, which is just 8. So I get negative 8. Number 3, divide both sides by negative 0.5. Again, negative divided by a negative, I'm going to get a positive this time. And so we have this, move the decimal one place, so we end up with 5 into 7.3. So 5 goes into 7 one time. 23, it will go in 4 times. Notice that decimal there is right up there. That'll go 20 times. I'll put in another decimal, another 0, and that will go 6 times. So I get 1.46. And it is positive because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. On number 5, dividing by that negative 0.3, I know right away that my answer is negative, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. And then 7.53 divided by 0.3, we're going to move our decimal one place. And so here the decimal is gone, and here the decimal has moved to this position. 3 goes into 7 2 times, goes into 15 5 times. Decimal is there and goes into 3 1 time. So we get 25.1, and it is negative. On this one, we have 1.6 times s, so we're going to divide both sides by 1.6. So my decimal would move one place, and so it's gone over here, and over here it's in between the 9 and the 2. 16 will go into 19 once, and 16 will go into 32 twice. So s equals 12, and it is positive because we have a positive divided by positive, and it's not 12. I goofed there. That decimal is right there. It's 1.2. Number 9, dividing both sides by that 0.7. Move that decimal, and so it's gone in both of them. Well, it's not gone. It's on the right of both of them. And 7 goes into 28 4 times. And so x equals 4. Number 11 says you paid $5.30 to mail a package that weighed 2.5 pounds. Write and solve an equation to find the mailing cost per pound. So I did M as the cost per pound. So if you have 2.5 pounds, you multiply that times the cost per pound. That will give you the total of your bill, the $5.30. So this is your equation. You would need to divide both sides by 2.5. So we'll move that decimal one place. So it's going to end up being between the 3 and the 0. 25 will go into 52 times. Don't forget my decimal this time. Into 30, it will go once. And I'm going to add another 0, and it will go into 50 twice. So the cost per pound was $2.12. Continuing on in number 13, we have c divided by negative 2 equals 0.97. So we're going to need to multiply both sides by negative 2. Because right now c is divided by negative 2. So we have 0.97 times negative 2. Again, I know my answer is going to be negative. So 14, carry the 1, 18 plus 1 is 19, and I need 2 decimal places. So we get 1.94 as our answer for C. Here, I need to multiply both sides by 1.7. So we have 0.22 times 1.7, and I'm going to do that like this because then I'm multiplying by 2 twice. 2 times 4 is 14, carry the 1, that would be, and so it's going to be 34 again. And we need 1, 2, 3 decimal places, so we get 0.374. It is positive because both numbers are positive, so 0.374. Here, going to multiply both sides by 3.8. So 120 times 3.8. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. That would be a 9. Placeholder 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 0, 6, 15. Carry the 1, 4. And I need 1 decimal place. So we get 456, and it is positive because both numbers were positive. Here, going to multiply both sides by 7.08. And this one is really easy because when you multiply by 100, all you do is move the decimal 2 places to the right. And it is negative because the 100 is negative. And then in number 21, it tells me that during the 1954 baseball season, the New York Yankees, Yogi Berra, was at bat 584 times and had a batting average of .307. Using the batting average formula in example 4, find the number of hits that he made, which is this H in the formula right here. So the N is the number of times he was at bat, which is 584. And his batting average is .307. So I'm looking for H. So I'm going to have to multiply both sides by 584. I'm going to stick it in parentheses because that decimal over there is going to. So 584 times 0.307. I did not, let me move that. I moved it because I was going to run into that other problem. 7 times 4 is 28, carry the 2. 7 times 8 is 56, and 2 is 58, carry the 5. 7 times 5 is 35, times 4 is 40. 2 placeholder zeros because I'm going all the way to the 3. 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25, carry the 2. 3 times 5 is 15, and 2 is 17. 8, 8, 2, 9, 7, 1. And we need 3 decimal places. So we get 179.288. So this is number of hits. There's no such thing as a 0.2 of a hit. So he had the numerical answer that it comes up with is this, but it has to be 179. You have to round to the nearest whole number there.